My son leaned over my hospital bed and said the words no mother should ever hear. "We're moving. I've already transferred your house to my name. You can start looking for a place to live." For a moment, the heart monitor beside me seemed to pause. I turned slowly toward him, my body weak from days of illness, but my mind abruptly sharp. "All right," I answered quietly, "but you forgot to check something." He frowned. "What?" I smiled, not out of joy, but out of clarity. "I annulled the contract yesterday." His face cracked. Lauren's fingers froze above her phone, and in that suspended silence, I realized something I had been avoiding for too long. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a plan, a deliberate, calculated move I had been too trusting to see earlier. I'm glad you're here with me now. Listen to my story until the end. And tell me which city you're listening from, because I need to know how far my truth will travel. For years after my husband died, life had settled into a peaceful rhythm. My old cedar-sided home on Hawthorne Street smelled of pine needles and morning coffee. I taught English for decades, and even in retirement, I picked up shifts at the library and tended my small garden. Maybe that stability made me blind to the subtle warning signs, the opened mail I kept blaming on the postal service, the sudden unannounced visits from Michael where his eyes roamed the rooms as if measuring them, and Lauren's new obsession with helpful articles about senior downsizing. Most days I dismissed the unease. I didn't want to believe my own son could see my home as anything other than our shared memories. But betrayal rarely arrives loudly. It enters softly, on quiet feet. 2 days after almost collapsing in my kitchen, I woke in the hospital. Machines beeped beside me. Nurses moved in soft-soled shoes. I felt small, breakable, and that's when they came. The look Michael and Lauren exchanged when they entered wasn't concern. It was calculation. I saw it clearly, only in hindsight. When Michael casually informed me that he had handled everything and moved my house into his name, something inside me went still. I remembered every moment he measured the doorway, every time Lauren sent me a video about transition homes. They weren't preparing me for comfort. They were preparing to remove me. But I had already canceled the transfer. He hadn't checked the status. He assumed I wouldn't have the strength or awareness to fight back. They underestimated me. When I was discharged, Michael didn't even pick me up. A message came instead. "Busy with the realtor today." Realtor. By the time my taxi pulled up to Hawthorne Street, dread sat heavily in my chest. Inside, my house looked the same, but wrong. Too many small things were disturbed. The rug crooked, a drawer pushed in too far, a keybowl slightly misaligned, my flash drive gone. These weren't the signs of a thief. These were the signs of someone who believed they had the right to search my home. I documented everything: photos, timestamps, evidence. Fear didn't leave me, but it sharpened into purpose. At the county clerk's office, I confirmed what I already hoped. The deed was still mine, completely mine, legally reinstated before Michael's transfer could finalize. He thought he owned it. He didn't even own the truth. Then I found a lawyer, a sharp, seasoned woman who understood the gravity of what was happening. Together, we documented my ownership, my mental competence, and every revocation. We prepared certified statements, we created a timeline. Then, I changed every lock. That same evening, they returned, knocking hard on my door. I didn't let them in. Their expressions told me everything. They were losing control. That night, I wrote out a plan. Each step, deliberate, grounded, calm. Protect myself, document everything, move silently. Let them believe I was still weak. By the next morning, my resolve was steel. This wasn't just about a house. It was about dignity, about what I had built with my own hands, my own grief, my own years. They tried to walk into my home and my life as though I were already gone, but I was not gone. I was awake, and I was ready. The quiet war had begun.